and welcome to the BBPN show. My name is MizzWilliamz and I will be your guest host. We're going to have a great show for you, very informative, exciting, and fun. We're going to have dancers, singers, celebrities, celebrities, rappers, producers, artists, entrepreneurs, and much, much more. So just sit back and enjoy the show. Hi, and welcome to the BBPN show. Today I'd like to do something different. I'd like to do a Where Are They Now moment with my special guest, Billy Brown, from Ray Goodman & Brown, a.k.a. The Moments. Hi, Mr. Brown. Thank you for coming to the show today.
Hi, Melissa, and thank you for having me on BBPN.
On the BBPN show? Yeah. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. I'd like to get started with our first question. For the younger generation who don't know who you are, can you just give us a little background history on The Moments and Ray Goodman & Brown?
Well, The Moments was a group that was formed by Sylvia Robinson in 1969.
Okay.
First record that we recorded was a record called Not on the Outside, which right out of the box was a big hit. Now, what had happened, the way I got with The Moments, the song was written for me, but I was singing with some guys right here from Asbury Park, and we couldn't go back and forth all the way from here to Inglewood when they wanted us to. So what happened was that they found another group from Washington, D.C., and they recorded the song. Now, I was living with...
now say the name of the song once again.
Not on the Outside.
Not on the Outside? Okay.
Not on the Outside, but Inside Strong.
Okay.
Yeah. And what had happened was I was sharing a house with my sister, and I was taking a bath, and I heard on WABC was the station at that time.
Okay.
You know? And I heard them say, the number 25 song in the country, Not on the Outside by The Moments, and I was livid. I said, oh my gosh, you know,
wow.
these guys,
exciting.
They done blew our chance to, you know, that kind of thing. But you know, I always say that your life is written, you know, scripted from the womb to the tomb, and about it must have been maybe 3 or 4 months later. I was working for Ford Motor Company, and right up the street there used to be a club called Big Bill's, and I happened to go in there that night, and a friend of mine, Richard Hatchett.
This is in Asbury Park?
This is in Asbury Park, yeah.
All right.
And Big Bill's was the club.
Okay. I think it still is.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway, I walked in there, and he had told me, Richard Hatchett had told me, he said, Billy, this guy came in here looking for you and told me you to stay here. Now, this is how I got with The Moments. He came back. I was, like I said, I was working for Ford Motor Company at that time. And so he came in, he said, Billy, he said, look, Joe and Sylvia sent me down here to get you because they want you to be the lead singer for
exciting.
The Moments. He said, what he told me, he says, Sylvia said that the song was written for you, so you know the song. So I said, yeah. So I really didn't believe him. So when he came to my house the next morning, he said, I'll pick you up at 9 in the morning. When he got to the house, I was still in bed. So my sister came and knocked on the door. She said, Billy, Larry's down here looking for you. And that's when it kind of dawned on me, maybe he is telling the truth. So we went up to Inglewood, and I met with Joe and Sylvia. And he said, well, you got a good job? I said, yeah. He said, you making good money? He said, yeah. He said, how would you like to triple or quadruple that? I said, hey. All right with me.
You don't have to ask me twice.
So they said, you're right. They said, I want you to be the new lead singer for The Moment.
Now, I just want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
This is very important. When something like that happens to someone, you're already working, you have a job, and someone says to you, you're gonna have to leave your job.
Right.
I mean, do you think about it twice? Are you afraid? What are you thinking at that time?
I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it twice. I want to tell you, but for the simple reasons that my whole life, this is something that I had always wanted to do.
That's your dream.
That was my dream. I wanted to be an entertainer. Okay. I entertained, locally, but I always wanted to do it professionally. Okay. I had an opportunity with a group called Broadways from right here in Asbury Park. I sang with Ronald Coleman, the gentleman that just left. Okay. And we had a group, and we recorded for MGM. But they just used us for a tax write-off. You know what I'm saying? So
this was the big.
This was
legit.
This is
your big
this was, yeah,
break.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, the single was sang by Mark Green, but I did everything from then on. After Not on the Outside, I did Not on the Outside on the album, and everything else after that was sang by myself or Harry Ray. After Harry Ray was inducted, so to speak.
So who are the members of the Moments at this time?
At that time, back then it was myself. They took one of the guys that was with the other Moments, a guy named John Morgan, and then and there was Al Goodman. Right. Okay. And Al Goodman was my my partner for up until his death 2 years ago. And from then on, but there's been so much controversy. So a little controversy. This guy Mark Green, he's running around the country talking about he sang this, he sang that. I'm saying, oh my goodness, yeah, he did really. But every place he's gone, he's bombed. So, I'm not vindictive. I'm not a vindictive person. But right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't care who you are. If it's my mother or my father, I'm not going to uphold something that I know is wrong. I'm not, and you do it. I'm not going to. I just can't stand up for that.
Now, do you write any of the music yourself?
Oh yeah.
Did you write back during the Moments as well?
Well, with the Moments, yeah, and Ray Goodman and Brown, I've written, co-written.
I want to know what was one of the tops. Tell me some of the top songs that went on the pop charts.
Okay. Well, everything we had in the early days, Not on the Outside, Sunday, Somebody Loves You, Look at Me, I'm in Love.
Tell me something that the kids may know today. They may have heard of.
Special Lady, big problem. Well, Love on a Two-Way Street.
Yes.
Like we were talking with your son. A Love on a Two-Way Street. If you listen to like Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, New York, that whole beginning is our song.
So
Love on a Two-Way Street.
So that brings me to the next question. Speaking of that, how do you feel about some of the younger generation? They were basically sampling your music.
Exactly.
How do you feel that it's being redone over in another way? Do you always recognize your songs when you hear it? Because I mean, they changed that song a lot. Do you hear it in there? You know it's yours.
When they hear the lyric, I know the lyric is mine.
Okay.
But they might change it musically, and within their song, As far as them sampling, I don't mind. I have no, long as they clear it and I get paid, it's fine with me. And I get paid when they sample on them.
So when you say Alicia Keys and Jay-Z, you're saying the tune, the beat is basically from
Love on a Two-Way Street. Yeah, okay. It's the same.
And you recognize
oh yeah, absolutely, because Love on a Two-Way Street has such a beginning.
Can I hear a little bit, please? Just for those kids who don't know it, just bring me back a little bit. Can I get like a, what do you call it, a line, a bar?
I found love on a two-way street and lost it on a lonely highway. Love on a two-way street and lost it on a lonely highway.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Mhm.
The music, Ray Goodman and Brown, the Moments. How would you categorize that as R&B and soul? And to even go a little further, what is R&B? What is rhythm and blues?
Rhythm and blues, I think, well, like we were saying earlier, it's just to categorize black music, you know, which I don't feel that
Needs to
it
be in a
should
category,
be in a
right.
category, you know. When they say pop music, automatically you think of white music, you know. You don't think of black music,
And
but
it's
when you
crazy,
hear
when I think
R&B
of
or
pop,
soul,
I think more upbeat music.
Hmm?
I think more upbeat, but the music that we're listening to has soul. It has more feeling.
yeah,
You know?
pop is just short for popular.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Popular music, but they'll say pop music, but black music back at that time was selling more than pop and all the rest of it, you know. So we get categorized. Our music gets categorized like it's just for one particular race of people, you know, which is crazy, you know. That's just like saying rap is all black. No,
And it's not true.
no, it's not true.
Because it transcends.
Absolutely. And our music, we never called it R&B, nor did we call it soul, because the songs that we sang were love songs. See, and one thing about our music, love will never die. I don't care what you try to do, what you say. Everything in this world could come and go, but love will never die. As long as there's a me and a you, love will never die. Those songs, we tried to sing songs, or we sang songs, not tried, we sang songs that that a man would want to say to their lady, and what a lady would like to hear from their man. That's what we did. We never, we didn't sing, our lyrics weren't dirty. We didn't degrade women in our lyrics. We just talked about how much we love you and how much we want to be with you.
So your inspiration for a lot of the music was just life itself.
Was life itself, yeah.
Your
Absolutely.
own experiences.
Right, our own experiences. That's the best thing to write about. What has happened to you in your lifetime, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are the members of Ray Goodman and Brown, the original and now?
Okay, the original Ray Goodman and Brown was myself, Al Goodman, and Harry Ray. A lot of people in this area know Harry Ray. He lived in Long Branch, and we had rival groups at that time. I was singing with a group called the Uniques, and he was with a group called the Valtaires. And he passed in 1992, if I'm not mistaken, very suddenly. And the same thing with Al Goodman, and Al Goodman died 2 years ago. About two and a half years ago, very suddenly as well.
So, you sing by yourself, or you still?
No,
or you
I
have
have
others in the band?
There's two other guys. Well, our backgrounds. Well, one of the guys, if you ever seen Luther Vandross, the only male in his entourage, the tall, slim, bald head guy, Kevin Owens. He's with me right now, and
very
also
nice.
we moved
Very nice.
when Al passed. We didn't have time to audition anyone because we had so much work.
Okay.
And so what we did, we moved our background singer, Larry Winfrey, Larry Ice Winfrey, everybody called him Ice. We moved him up front because he knew the songs, he knew the choreography. Not that we do a lot of choreography, but when we move, we move together.
Yeah. You know? Speaking of the choreography, who makes your
well,
the outfits?
Before Kevin, we did a lot of it, and then we had a guy out of.
Wait! You guys put it together, designed it?
What our choreography? Oh yeah.
Oh no, and I'm talking about the for the choreography, but also the clothes that you
Oh,
wear.
the clothes.
Yeah.
We had a tailor. We had a tailor in New York. And he, in the beginning, he made all of our clothes.
Okay.
We were known as one of the sharpest.
And that's
the
why I
sharpest
asked.
groups and out here. And
Okay.
today we still are when we perform. Everybody asks us, "Where you get those? You know, who did that?" But the guy, Ice, Larry Winfrey, he designed the clothes for us now. Yeah, and we have a tailor right in Elizabeth, New Jersey, that puts everything together for us.
Now tell me, who are some of the celebrity artists that you worked with?
Oh gosh,
Don't forget any of them.
Okay.
I know it's a long list.
oh man, you name them. We sang with them.
How about
more
the
than
boss,
likely.
Bruce Springsteen?
Bruce. Well, I did a thing with Bruce about a year or so ago. Right down on
the Stone
the
Pony?
boardwalk. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We did not. It wasn't at the Stone Pony. It was the other. I can't think of it right off the top of my head right now. Well, we did the Paramount, but it wasn't with Bruce.
Okay.
We did a show with. We did a little thing with Bruce downtown. You know,
Okay.
and well, Bruce and I went to the same high school.
Mm-hmm.
And Bruce.
What high school was that?
Freehold
Oh.
High School. And as far as the artists that I've performed with, probably if you name them, I've probably worked with them.
Alicia Keys.
Alicia, yeah, Alicia Keys.
Because I looked that
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
and I looked up Rageman and Brown in the
Mhm,
Moments, and I
yeah.
saw that you guys had done. Was it Rageman and Brown had
Mhm.
done something background for Alicia Keys?
Yeah.
What song was that?
You Don't Know My Name.
Oh, I love that
yeah,
song.
Yeah.
Very
We
nice.
did, you know, and we did every major TV show with her.
Wow.
You know, she's just a wonderful, wonderful person. As nice as you see on camera or wherever you might see her,
Mhm.
you gotta multiply that by about 10 times. She's a workaholic, but she's a lovely person. And before we did anything, before we go in, we'd all have to hold hands and pray. You know,
You know
and
that,
yeah,
and that's good.
It
And I
is.
wanted to ask, and that's good because it keeps you grounded.
absolutely.
But that's
Absolutely.
something you have in common. But I want to know, when stars, artists meet each other, do you ever still have any butterflies with anybody you've met? Do you feel nervous about anyone? Do you even say, I know you don't ask for an autograph, do you?
I might at times if it's someone that I really really like. Alicia, her autograph and that kind of thing. I'm just in awe of her. You know,
She's a very spectacular woman.
Yeah. I also had the pleasure of meeting Beyonce. We did the Vibe Awards together, and
Okay.
she was, I mean, very very nice young lady. You know, and.
What about, did you ever meet Whitney Houston?
Yeah, I worked with Whitney.
Okay.
I worked with Whitney with the group itself. We did quite a few things with her.
Very
Whitney
nice.
was a very nice person as well. You know.
So as I asked you again, was there any nervousness with
Oh, yeah.
Whitney or
Oh, yeah.
Alicia and
Yeah,
Beyonce, of course?
Yeah. Yep. And LL.
LL Cool J?
Yeah, he was. I had never met him before the Vibe Awards. That was back in 2004, and he was just saying he knew who I was because he said, "Hey man, much respect."
Yeah,
much respect.
I know he does his
He's
background.
he's
Yeah.
a very very nice young man. You know.
He seems to be.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah. And 50
very
Cent.
intelligent.
Yeah.
Oh, you met 50?
Yeah, I met 50. I met 50.
Now, did he know who you were?
Yeah, he knew who we were. Yeah.
50?
Yeah, he
Okay,
knew, yeah,
good.
Yeah. But so many things, how rumors, they try to pin this on somebody, in the early days of 50 Cent, it was all this kind of stuff, everything going on and blah, blah, blah. But this man is such an intelligent young man. I don't know if you've ever had the opportunity to see any his interview on
interviews.
him. This man is
It's obvious that he's very intelligent. He's very intelligent.
Yeah.
He's good at marketing. I can't say
Oh
that.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And he speaks very, very well. You know, they try to put this stigma on artists. You know, like we can't talk, we can't do this. You know, oh yeah, all he does, he's a rapper. He can do. Hey, sit down and talk with the man before you open your mouth. You go and before you make judgment, pass judgment.
Get him.
Open up, open that book and look through the book. Look through the book and read some of the pages. You'll see. You just don't throw things out there because of just for the sake of doing it.
Billy, I wanted to ask you, since you became famous, how has fame changed your life? Are you able to, I say, go food shopping for yourself? Do you go to Target? I mean, I've heard stories of stars, and I've seen stars on many occasions just walking around. Do you go out? Do you do everything on your own? Do you ever have problems where a lot of people are constantly bothering you?
Most people know me. A lot of people know me and know what I do. But a lot of the people that know me are my age. Some people, when I do a TV show, like I did TBN a couple weeks ago, because my background is gospel, really.
Oh, okay.
My father was a minister. My father was a minister right here in Asbury Park.
Really?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Reverend Arthur L. Brown. My father has passed in 1996.
Sorry to hear that.
97, I'm sorry.
In what church?
Friendship Baptist Church. Yeah. And that's where my background came from. My background is. I'm a staunch believer in the Lord. I'm a Christian, and I'm proud to say that. My life is.
That helps you, keeps you grounded.
My life is predicated
Your spirituality.
My life is predicated on the Word.
Okay.
Hey, we've all in our lifetimes did things that we might not, but that might not say.
You might not be too
proud of, or society looks at you differently because of that. But hey,
we all have demons, and we ask, and being grounded in spirituality helps us, and we can ask for forgiveness, and we can keep moving forward.
But that's right. But he or she who is without sin, let them cast the first stone. So we'll do, we'll just leave that where
And on the next note, I wanted to move a little bit forward into how do you stay current? Now, with changing technology, and this is something I always bring up in all of my interviews, with the computers, are you able to, has that changed your music in any type of way?
It has. It has changed the music. I think it's changed the feel of music. Okay. When we started recording, we recorded with we'd have 20 strings, which is violins and cello.
Okay.
You'd have your guitar player. You'd have your bass player. Everything was live. Your guitar player, all those things. You'd have live horns, and that type thing. Percussionist and all that in the studio that's laying down this track, and the feeling. It's just that feeling of music.
Right.
All these instruments playing together, and it just gives you such a feeling.
Do you think this is something that people miss today?
I think that if they've never experienced it, they can't miss it. But those of us that know what music is, we miss it. I miss it because I can go in and record a song, but I don't get the same feeling as I once did, about a song.
So what are you doing right now? Are you doing more music? Are you recording?
I'm recording, yeah.
And you're recording? Tell me a little bit about what's going on.
I'm recording, as a matter of fact, I'm recording a gospel CD.
Okay.
And also, I'm doing...
When is that supposed to come out?
Well, we're looking. I'm looking at maybe within the next 2-3 months.
Okay.
And I'm also doing. We're also doing a project with Ray Goodman and Brown.
Nice.
We've recorded some. We've recorded some real good, real good stuff.
Okay.
And people that don't know us. I mean, the people that do know us, they're gonna find it hard to say, well, that's Ray Goodman and Brown, because we've gone. As you mentioned,
And that's
stay
why I
current.
brought that up. Okay.
As you mentioned,
Yeah.
stay current.
Okay.
And when you stay current, that means the ability to change with the time.
Absolutely.
You know, and we did that. We went in and we got it's a dance song actually, but it's so well put together.
And this is different. You said the dance song. So this album is going to be much more different from the music that you've been doing all along.
Some of the songs are going to be different,
Okay.
but the songs are going to be basically what we consider as songs. You know, love songs, good songs, beautiful songs. You know,
Okay.
that you would sit. We played one of the songs for a lady. As a matter, well, she was a white lady, and she was and I guess she must in her 60s. And we played it for her, and she sat there and she heard this ballad, and she sat there and just started crying. She said, "That's the prettiest song." She said, "That's the prettiest song I've ever heard."
Now, who wrote that song? What's the name of it?
It's called "Why."
Okay.
A
'Cause
young
I'm gonna
lady.
be looking for that.
Yeah, a young lady who wrote it is a young lady from Canada. Tessa Vaughn. She wrote that song and brought it to the guy that's producing this, Bobby Reese.
Okay.
And well, actually, they co-wrote the song, and Bobby did the arrangement and everything, which is, phenomenal, and it was just one of those songs that, why? Why do you like
it's one
me?
of your
Why
favorites.
do you like? Yeah, it is.
It sounds like
it's
it.
Why do you like me? Why do you love
Okay.
me? It's a wedding, like a wedding song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Gotta
great.
hear that.
It's great. It's
When
great
do you
song.
think that'll come out? And what's the name of the album?
We haven't decided on the album yet. We've only got we're going to release the single. Actually the dance music, we're doing that. We're going to release that.
I want to
out
hear
of the
that.
box.
Okay.
It's just completely different.
Okay. All right. Now I wanted to find out. I wanted to know if you had any advice for anyone trying to get into the industry. Now, what I want to know is, a lot of times when people give interviews, they say, "What kind of advice do you give to the younger generation?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for more like, they need to get their music copywritten once it's done.
Oh.
How do they get their music out there now? I mean, they have other avenues, which is the internet.
Right. Sure. But the thing is with anything, with all of this